welcome you to the Boldcasters, episode 22. My name's Clay.
My name's Jay.
This is Robert.
Let's get this under with some special edition Boldcastify news.
Trump elected 45th President of the United States of America. Was that a shock? I mean...
It definitely was a shock. It was the biggest upset since...
Or were the Democrats just lying the whole time?
Well, it wasn't just the Democrats. Well, I guess you could say the national media, because most of the national media is very liberal-based. But it was definitely the biggest shock in more than 50 years.
I know.
Trump won the Electoral College currently, with Michigan still holding out a week later. 290 to 232.
Not even close.
But did not win the popular vote.
Yes.
Only the fourth president to do so.
You want to know the second to the last president to not win the popular vote was George W. Bush.
Yes. That would be the 2000 victory over Gore.
Yeah, so I mean...
The Florida recount.
Yes, the recount.
What's next for Trump, you know?
Right now he's getting together his party, or his staff. It's going to be interesting. He's already made a couple of interesting positions.
Yeah, he hired a gay guy. So for all those people that thought he was an LGBT
hater. Well, I've always said he was full of crap the whole damn time. All he's trying to do is get fear, get people to vote for him. But at the end of the day, he's still going to do things different than what he said.
Exactly.
Because he still has to go through Congress. He still has to go to the Senate. Obama's term speaks volume of how little the president can do without being told it's okay. So, I mean, what's he really going to do?
Yeah, with reason, absolutely.
I mean, they won't even give him the nuclear codes. They've already said that, so we don't have to worry about that.
Which I didn't think would be the issue anyways. I mean, we had other co-host last week where the world was coming to an end, and we saw it on Twitter, or Facebook. Everything was melting down this time last week because Trump was winning the election. It was, I guess, because people...
The after-hours trading, they had to shut it down.
Yeah, they had to shut down Dow futures because of the drop, but it's turned around.
Yeah, it actually is up.
Now the Dow's up to the highest it's been.
Yeah. Over 20 years, I believe.
Yep. Is what's to be expected from a businessman taking office.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is. Clinton, what do you guys think? Is Clinton done?
I mean, she's turning 70. She's had to agree with what she does, her political views. She's had a
long career.
Yeah, a pretty terrific career for the most part, however you look at it. What, 40, I don't know, about 50 years.
My only question is, do you think the Democratic Party is in more shambles now after this one than the supposed Republican Party was going to be?
Yes, right now, I kind of say in some aspects, yeah. Because this was a blindside. They did not see this coming. 6 months ago, you were looking at the Republican Party with an outsider and getting the nomination, and essentially with an outsider, as I said, got the nomination, about to go to the top, and the party looking like it was about to fracture into multiple variations.
And it looks like it's just done a completely 180.
And now you're going to have the Democratic Party look at their wounds.
Yeah. Going
back to square one because they put themselves in this position because they opened up the floor for Hillary. They cleaned the slate, put all the delegates, put everything in her route. They even kind of swept things away from Bernie.
Yeah, because I was under the impression that at some point in time people were talking that Bernie could have been better than Clinton.
She don't know
in a lot of those dang debates.
There's no doubt about that.
There's no doubt. As much as I disagree with him politically, and my views are different, he would have been 100% better than Clinton. Clinton she basically was running the third term for Obama.
Yeah.
She was keeping to the same morals, same status quo, but she did not have the charisma that Barack has.
And I think...
None of the charisma. None of the energy, not the same personality.
No mic drop, no nothing.
No.
And I think that Clinton, it was just... She never stood out.
No, and that's what I'm saying. There was no charisma, there's no personality, and she was going on pretty much the assumption that she had already had it in the bag.
Yeah,
and of course the pollsters didn't help with the fact that they had her leading by more than 80 the better part of the season.
Yeah.
had her winning it in a blowout. So it kind of probably inflated her ego more than it was.
Thoughts on the Libertarian Party?
I thought it was a pretty good showing. I was expecting a little bit more out of Gary Johnson.
I mean, 2.1%, the highest in any modern era in the last 20 years.
Well, a bit more people to vote for a dead ape.
Yeah, you had people voting for Harambe. You had people voting for Stone Cold Steve Austin. You had people voting for
Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
The ape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Harambe or whatever.
you had people voting for random things, and you had people like Colin Kaepernick who was doing protests and didn't even vote.
That blows my mind, but I don't want to get on to that today.
He was too busy sitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he decided to sit out the vote.
Sit out the protest and sit out the vote.
Didn't see that.
And sit on the bench.
But I think Gary Johnson said he's not going to go run again this time because he's now ran twice. That's third, maybe second or third time actually. But he's ran twice. He's not going to run for office anymore. So it'll be interesting to see where the libertarians go on this next step.
Oh yeah, but it definitely shows
They didn't get the 5% needed to get the money.
It was close.
It was close, but I was expecting a little bit better of a turnout. But you had the starch Trump group and the hidden Trump voters that came out very, very hard. And that took a little bit away there. And some people are kind of actually blaming the third party for Trump getting the election. Okay, blame what you want. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Because if you look back in the 92 election, when Clinton beat Bush in his re-election bid, how'd he do it? Perot.
Yeah, and that
Because Perot was involved, and he wanted Perot involved in the debates. He got in the debates, and because he was hoping that would actually help him, being another Texas businessman.
But it did not.
Nope, it hindered him, and actually helped Clinton.
Yeah,
And led to a Democratic win. And this time,
military budget.
it just kind of led to a different outcome. And this one, I don't think even had near the effect as the Perot did on a national landscape.
No,
Because he didn't get involved in any debates or anything like he should have been. Because I think if Gary would have been involved in the debates, you would have seen a lot more numbers.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's a personal opinion. But step back for Clinton. I don't know where it's going to go. I think she's done. I don't think we'll see her in 2020.
Oh hell no.
We may see Bernie, but even then, that's doubtful because he'll be pushing.
Lived that long?
Well, that too. I mean, he'll be pushing 80.
I thought it was 150.
Well, he looks like with
It's
his
very questionable because I mean, he's
they may have lost his birth certificate years and years ago.
Yeah.
So it may.
I mean, there's some guy out there claiming to be 180 now, so
It must be from like India or something.
I think so, somewhere in that general.
But in all honesty, it is what it is. Trump won. No one here really likes him that terribly much. We're just regular old.
But I mean, I like the idea, the concept, better than I do Clinton. So we will see. Either way, he's going to be the president. So I'm going to root for the president of the United States because the president means better for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to hold.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing, but we will see. We'll hope. We'll hope he has
a lot
the
of
same
issues.
accents.
That's a whole other story.
And he's there. Don't worry, you're not the only one because there's been protesters since the outcome of the election. Now for I think 7 straight days in all the major cities. Protesters rioting in the streets and burning shit.
Ku Klux Klan's going to do a whole thing for him, and he's not even really said a word about it.
This is fact. I can't
The only
disagree
thing
with
he
that one.
said is that people need to stop destroying stuff in his name. He just said the word "stop it." That's not even. I mean, you're not even saying it's not okay for the Ku Klux Klan to do this whole thing for you. You don't even mention that.
Right, fair enough. I mean,
The coolest clan?
Ku
Ku Klux Klan.
Oh,
Coolest, yeah. They have a new name. But, I mean, they're probably the coolest Klan back in the 1860s or something, depending on what you call them. 1870s.
Before they went all racist, yeah.
But anyways,
But it would be something to keep tabs on. Obviously, we're going to stay abreast of it and how he picks his staff and who he's going to pick. We hear that Secretary of State could be anywhere from Newt Gingrich to Rudy Giuliani.
I would say it's probably Rudy.
yeah,
Good odds are pretty good. But Newt wouldn't be a bad choice because his intelligence. But I would still
go with Newt, but I think he's in real with Rudy.
right.
Out of the two.
But I do like. I would be pretty sure it'd end up being Rudy. And I did hear Ben Carson turn a position down, Dr. Ben Carson, because he said he had no public or political office experience, even though he did run for president. himself in the primaries. So, with that being said, we'll keep on touch with everything. And with that, we'll move on to Bold City News. This week, last Friday, I believe it was, there was Brew at the Zoo. Vendors of all different types, different brew manufacturers, breweries, local, state, and some national.
Was this like in the zoo or in the parking lot?
Nope, in the zoo. All throughout the different parts of the zoo. They brought their craft brews to the zoo so people could try them out. There's a cover charge. I want to say it's like, what, 30 bucks?
It was 40.
40 bucks?
Is that on top of the ticket price?
No.
No, that's an overall
that's
charge.
That's almost like regular ticket price then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think you had to pay for the brews though.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't think you get complimentary. Maybe like complimentary.
I think you get a ticket for one brew or something. I think. Don't hold me to that. But basically, a whole bunch of brews get to show off. And even little small-timer guys that are just trying to get started, so they get to show off their brand. Even some of the guys that we know and good friends of ours, Pinglehead Brewing, they went out there with a couple of their special brews and showed them off on the 11th. We hear it did pretty well. They tapped out. In other news, Jacksonville-based Regency Center Corporation is buying Equity One, a New York real estate investment trust, for $15.6 billion.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds
I'm
pretty
not sure what
fancy.
they're going to do with it, but
I'm not sure either.
But getting big.
It sounds pretty good. And it's cool that a Jacksonville-based corporation is buying something from New York
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
and bringing it down here. Or they're keeping the headquarters down here.
Yeah.
Still some more local news. Smith & Wesson is corporation. Smith & Wesson is buying a Jacksonville-based outdoor corporation, Ultimate Survival Technologies Inc., for $32.3 million.
I wonder what they're going to do with that. It's like new stores, shooting ranges. I mean, what are they going to do with it?
I don't know. I'm not even sure what that place is, to be honest. They're buying the company. It produces camping equipment, survival equipment at its 165,000 square foot facility on Phillips Highway.
Sounds like they're going to branch off to the Doomsdayers.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's exactly probably a good idea. They said that UST is one of their first acquisitions for the brand in a long time. So it's interesting to see how this goes. So the company said UST has $24 million in annual sales.
Wow.
Growing revenue by more than 49% a year in the last 4 years. UST is an 80... Wow, I didn't realize that. Is 80-year-old family company.
It was.
Well, it was. Here in Jacksonville. That's, didn't know that. That's
So
breaking news.
Grandpappy's rolling in his grave right now.
Probably. So it's something to keep an eye on, especially something that was local is now being acquired. But I mean, a good company like Smith & Wesson, I mean, I'm sure they'll know what to do.
Yep.
And then, moving on to other local news, you have UNF student was groped by a person she met on Craigslist.
My question is, how she meet this person? Like, what was the ad for?
Well, that's the thing.
Probably a close encounter.
That's the ad you stay away from. That's how you meet Ted Bundy.
Oh, I'm just saying.
That's how you meet Mark.
Yeah.
Anyways, according to WOKV, which we give credit to Stephanie Brown, good work, the man accused of groping the UNF student responded to a Craigslist ad. He's now barred from the campus. The UNF confirms they have identified the suspect located in this case, although his identity is not being released at this time. He's prohibited from the accessing the property. Charges are pending. The student says she was inappropriately touched by a man when she responded to a Craigslist ad. The two met in the parking lot near the campus library to talk about a babysitting job when the man reportedly groped her.
Why would you trying to get a babysitting job off of Craigslist. It's like the worst porn story ever.
It is. This is why I thought it was kind of intriguing, to be honest. Horribly ever followed, but yes.
Yeah, that's just asking for pervs. Or he probably doesn't even know a kid.
So, I don't know. I just thought it was terrible, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
So, with that being said, I guess we'll slide on over to Netflix and Neudecker.
Well, I decided to take some time and actually watch a movie I've never bothered to watch before, which is Fargo. I think it's 20 years as of May of this year. Pretty good movie. It's a weird, Canadian-based movie. Well, at least it felt like Canadian. Maybe it wasn't. I forget what town it is. But you have basically this guy hires two dudes to kidnap his wife because he's desperate for money. And, of course, people die. Craziness ensues. You have a pregnant sheriff. It's one of those, I'd say kind of Seinfeld-esque. It's a movie about nothing, but a bunch of craziness happens. I mean, even a dude ends up in a wood chipper.
Wow. That's
really good movie. I mean, I was actually upset that it ended. I actually started watching it because they have a TV show on FX based off the movie.
Right.
Doesn't have anything to do with it. Has a guy that played Bilbo Baggins from the Hobbit movie.
Right.
He's in the show. Started watching that. Billy Bob Thornton's in the show as well. Started watching the first episode. Really good movie. Show's really good. If you like those type of, slow movies, but good story, good character building. Show and the movie's really worth it.
Something I have to definitely check out. I don't believe I ever watched Fargo, to be honest. Have you ever watched Fargo?
No.
Yeah, I'll have to definitely check it out. It sounds pretty cool. That being said, let's go to technology.
AT&T joins Sprint.
And T-Mobile, the video throttling.
Yeah, not going to get you worried. They're not merging. We've had enough mergers for a couple of weeks.
No monopoly here.
Yep.
Yeah, just destroying Netflix.
Well, I mean, it's better for people just because if you don't do the HD, and then if it's anything like T-Mobile, it's going to be depending on the plan you have. And because I know I have T-Mobile and only my wife gets that option because I'm not the main member, so I still have to use my data. So I think it's really going to boil down to what plan you have, if they're even going to allow it.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
So
basically, to elaborate this entire thing, the AT&T Mobility, this is for cellular customers for AT&T based in Atlanta, will allow customers to voluntarily start throttling their streaming on their phones to reduce data.
I just don't understand why you'd want to voluntarily do that.
well, because if not, then you're going to use your data every single time, and AT&T already throttles everything
Right.
past. I want to say it's 2 gigs. They might have upped it to 3, but they throttle it down to AOL dial-up pretty much.
Good.
Now you have the option, and like I said, it's probably based on your plan. If you do the non-high def, just the DVD quality, then you can stream whatever you want, depending on if it's Netflix and Hulu, YouTube, Daily Motion,
Generally, you have
Tumblr
more
videos,
options.
all that kind of stuff is not going to be included, but your main video watching paid programs are going to be allowed. And for people nowadays that just like to watch stuff on the go, it works, especially if you have a kid. It's a good family thing, but
Right.
I think they're going to screw people on the plans if that's what T-Mobile did.
Yep, the StreamSaver app is available to customers on all AT&T plans, but will clearly be a boon to customers with a data cap. The carrier will roll out the service in early 2017. The exact date has not been announced. Customers will receive an email or text when it is activated on their phones. The feature can be activated on the AT&T's website or the My AT&T app. So, video throttling is not a new concept, as we've been talking. Both T-Mobile and Sprint unlimited plans announced in August only stream at 480p resolution or DVD quality, for example. Sprint's unlimited freedom runs at 60 for the first line and is 40 for the second, but still streaming HD video for music users must shell out another $20 per month. T-Mobile's unlimited runs a similar price, but at $70 for the first line, $50 for the second, and an additional $25 per month for HD video.
So that just leaves Verizon.
Yep. And I would expect them to
follow suit
whenever they're done with their AOL, Yahoo acquisitions.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Yahoo logo?
No.
Just think Verizon.
Oh.
They made it look just like a Verizon logo, including the little check mark.
That's horrible.
It's pretty bad. It's
So I change my email?
They left Yahoo no dignity.
Well, how much dignity do they have?
That's what I was going to say.
I haven't used Yahoo News since 1995. I mean,
wow.
People's grandparents. That's the only thing.
No, they still use AOL because they don't know anything else.
Yeah, that's right.
Even my mother still uses it.
She probably still pays for it, too.
Probably a fact.
Because I know my mother-in-law still pays for AOL.
Still
and can't
pays.
even get into her account.
Why?
I don't know, because she's old.
Because that's what people do. They still pay to... That's probably what's still AOL.
I don't pay my medical bills. I mean, I just don't.
That's our generation. They still keep paying just to pay.
I can't afford it.
They still expect that creditor to come knocking on that door.
I just won't answer the door.
Yeah, sucks to suck.
There you go. We'll go to an
There's
article.
a stand your ground law. They're not coming to my door.
No, they can stand at the door and be good.
Yeah.
Besides, creditors don't know where to find me. Moving on from that, NPR had an interesting little subject on internet freedoms. Governments targeting messaging, social apps, all the good jazz. Internet freedom in 2016, compared to other years, it's slowly on the decline.
Yep.
Yeah, which we all kind of saw that writing on the wall.
Yes.
After the whole torrent fiasco.
Yes, torrents. More restrictions are coming in different countries on social media platforms from Facebook, Twitter.
Well, yeah, we've talked about that in past episodes about Facebook only allowing certain things to be posted, and then they delete certain posts that aren't kid friendly and stuff.
Nothing I post is kid friendly.
Oh, great!
Nothing you ever post is kid friendly.
Oh,
That's
great.
a lot of dead stuff.
Your whole profile's gonna get deleted tonight.
Yeah.
That's fine. I only post dead stuff, and then I still have my Instagram that has more dead stuff. They haven't took that away from me yet.
And there's a notice, Robert Neudecker. Anyways, 2013, there was a rise of surveillance. 2014, governments shifted more behind the scenes to convert repression and arrest, and 2016 was more the same, push against encryption. Over the past years, pressure fell increasingly on social media and messaging tools to quash protests and dissent. In a new development, mostly routine targeted tools this year were instant messaging and calling platforms with restrictions often imposed during times of protest or due to national security concerns, the report.
Thank you, Patriot Act.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I thought they were doing away with the Patriot Act.
Yeah, I thought they kind of repressed some of that.
Yeah, they opened the door. They're not closing that.
No, they're
Fair enough.
probably never will. They probably never will. You're absolutely correct. Once you give the government,
Once you open that box, they're not.
It's a Pandora's box.
Yeah, they're just going to say, well, Billy Bob might have ISIS connections. We're going to keep following his Instagram. It's okay.
It's very true.
Yeah. The apps, which are free, cheap, challenge profits of traditional phone and telecom companies that may be friendly with governments.
Oh, so they're in the pocket of the government and that they're teaming against the common man. Got it.
Sounds about right. I mean, sounds legitimate.
Makes sense.
What Up emerged as the most blocked app, facing restrictions in 12 of the 65 studied countries. That's kind of shocking. One of the incidents was Brazil, where a court temporarily suspended the app, which belongs to Facebook, after it didn't hand over user data for a criminal investigation. What the hell is What's Up?
It's a free text system.
It's a WhatsApp.
It's like text messaging, but it's Wi-Fi. It's not with data normally, so a lot of people do it with that. Like I know it was really.
It's probably like Viber
and stuff.
And it's probably like what my brother uses it in South Korea. I forget the name of it. It's over Wi-Fi instead of landline or something like that. Which I'm surprised. Huh. I mean, it makes sense.
Well, two murders of bloggers who criticized the local politicians resulted in Brazil's downgrade of free to partially free in reports of internet freedoms. So, that sucks.
I didn't even know Turkey had internet.
No. Yeah, I didn't either. Turkey was also downgraded. That's breaking news. Which the report declared it was not free, following blocks of restrictions on the social media site, widespread censorship.
China has the right idea.
Yeah.
Because they have like 14 websites because someone messed up and the guy accessed their internet. They have like 14 websites and all of them revolve around the president or whatever over there.
Oh yeah.
I read that article.
Was that China or was that North Korea?
Yeah, it was North Korea.
Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah. It's about right there, but I think I remember reading that article.
It was like a cooking show app or something that apparently only recipes that he allows or something. It was like insanity.
That's crazy. We'll basically wrap this up. All of the 65 countries reviewed internet freedoms in 34. More than half have been on the decline over the past year. Particular downturns in Nicaragua, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Ecuador, and Libya.
Once again, I never knew any of those had internet. I thought literally you had to buy one of those cards and hope there was a satellite nearby because they don't even have phone lines over there.
Well, I can't disagree on some of that. Facebook users were arrested in 27 countries. Wow, and it's spreading. Surpassing even 21 countries where people were arrested for what they published on more than the traditional platforms, like blogs and news sites. So
that's really not new. A lot of these countries, you cannot talk bad about much.
No.
They have to keep a certain presence, and if you want to shift views on anything, they have to shut that crap down.
Oh, of course. And like most of all the abuse, internet abuse was, of course, once again recorded, as we've been talking. China, Syria, Iran, Ethiopia, Pakistan, and Cuba.
I mean, but they can all say they have all this control, but all they really have is they have these rules and they have algorithms and these people that do the research, but there's always a backdoor to something.
No, I agree.
You can always make a new Twitter. You can always make a new Facebook. You can always reroute your IP address. I mean, it's more of a scare tactic, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that 100%. Because
I'm not smart enough to do any of these things, but I know people that are.
Yeah, it's more or less a lot of the people just didn't want to. What's the term I'm looking for? They want to suppress the knowledge of the common people, of the common person, to what they know of the outside world. So,
well, ignorance is bliss. The less you know, the less you're going to fight.
And that's generally exactly what they want to do. So, with that being said, we're going to go over into Boldcastify Sports Update. There's not too much going on. We'll go a little...
Bulls in the triple digits?
Yes, Bulls hit the triple digits.
Wow.
In the NBA, Bulls are leading the Trailblazers 111-88.
That's a horrible name, the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers.
Every time they lose, do they just feel bad about themselves?
They probably feel very depressed. They haven't blazed any trails in a long time.
I wouldn't think with that name.
No, it's kind of depressing all
It
day.
reminds me of Bonanza for some reason.
I can see that. It's very appropriate. Even though it's in Portland and not like Oklahoma City or...
Still, I think of that one skit where Here Comes Mongo. That's what I think of every time I see that name.
The Heat fell to the Hawks.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
I wonder that was like legit 3-pointer. That's what
legit. And I literally thought that was Pac-Man every time I see that logo.
Oh man, it looks like a cracked out Pac-Man.
Lakers are leading the Brooklyn Nets late in the third, 90-81. Wow. Charlotte is over the Timberwolves.
Pretty
up
close.
In Minnesota. Wasn't bad. A little 115, a little 108 action. And on a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Cavaliers off the Toronto Raptors once again. Man, Cleveland's had that Toronto number in every sport.
Yeah.
Sucks to be them. What are you going to do? But that's the NBA. Not too much going on in most sports right now. Locally, we had Telvin Smith of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did he quit?
Well, he didn't quit. But
he left the team.
Yes, he left the team because his brother was shot and killed on Sunday night.
Maybe I misread it because I thought when he said he left the team means he quit football.
Yeah.
Because he's
it's very unfortunate about Telvin. He ended up leaving the team because of his brother. I don't really have his name offhand. I think it was.
Is he taking a sabbatical or is he done?
No, I don't know. I actually don't have the information. I know he just left the team for unlimited amount of time. They basically said, do what you got to do.
Well, they said, last I read, it was his status is undetermined for Sunday's game.
Right.
Oh, he's not going to play Sunday.
Which, I mean, that's fine. That's not like the team's important right now. And his family's more important, to be honest.
Of course.
Now, if we're deep in a playoff run, I would be hesitant to say what Clay just said.
Wow.
I mean, that's thankfully not an option, so you don't have to worry about him putting the game first.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned for his family at the moment. Anyways, quick couple of pieces of news around the leagues. The National Football League, the Rams are going to finally start quarterback Jared Goff versus the Dolphins.
Dolphins lose again.
Rams may lose too, so there may be another tie. Seahawks will release struggling running back Christine Michael for the second time. Robert Quinn to rejoin Rams after being discharged from the hospital. Tony Romo will be a backup in Dallas. He will be activated to the roster and will be the active backup.
And he said in a quote today, "I am not going to make a scene."
Which is good. That's good to hear.
Well, he's 36 years old, so he shouldn't make a scene.
Yeah.
And he's still making more money than I'll ever see, so.
Oh, yeah.
He's making more money than, he's like a top 5 paid quarterback.
Yeah, he's making more money than in one game than Dak is.
Ever. Right.
And he might take it as a challenge, because, he's the backup, but if the guy can't live up to it, and he's right there to take the spotlight all over again.
Yeah.
So he might take it as a challenge. Tony Romo's that kind of guy. Which he could just be taking a sabbatical, I guess.
A few other pieces of small news.
Vikings released kicker Blair Walsh, which was
pretty well to be assumed.
After last year, I thought they were going to kick him out anyways.
Monday Night Football this next following week will be returning to Mexico for the first time since 2006.
I was like, whoo-wee.
Quarter Cervezas.
Yes.
Sarita.
I believe this is actually the first time ever an actual NFL game that's not been a preseason has actually played in
Incorrect.
Mexico.
There was a regular season game last time.
Oh, I thought it was a preseason game in 2002.
2006. It was regular season. It was 49ers, Cardinals, or whatever.
That's probably why.
That's right.
That's why you don't remember. No one does. But this will be the Raiders and the Texans matching up, but it will be the first Monday Night Football game under the border.
That's going to be crazy.
Will Gruden return? Will he make it back alive? How many times will he say gringo? These are all questions waiting to be seen. Be sure to follow up on the Boldcastify football show and the Circle Up Prowl.
That's going to be hilarious.
A few more pieces of note around Dodgers. Dave Roberts becomes the 6th rookie manager to win an award.
What award?
What award did he win?
I don't know. Let's be honest. I mean, it's the Dodgers.
Oh, so he got a participation award.
Probably. So he got the manager of the year.
Oh, that's BS. Yeah, that is definitely a participation award.
Well, it is pretty good. It was pretty good because it was his first year.
But shouldn't the Cubs who got that because they won?
Well, he wasn't a rookie.
Yeah, the Cubs manager wasn't a rookie.
Oh, it was a rookie award.
Yeah, it was a
I
rookie manager. I kind of missed
thought it
it.
was manager.
I missed it when I was reading it because it didn't say. I missed the rookie part.
Becomes sixth rookie manager.
Yeah. Marlins AAA affiliate renamed to the New Orleans Baby Cakes.
That might be worse than the Shrimps.
It's pretty bad.
Wait till you see the dang logo.
It's not good.
Is it worse than the baby in a diaper?
It is the baby in the diaper.
It is? That's so awesome. If someone on heroin that comes up with this stuff, it just screams.
It screams stupidity.
Yeah.
It screams childish, screams amateur is what it does.
Maybe they're just trying to move.
Maybe they should. Cubs fan born in 1908 dies 1 week after the team recaptured World Series. That's a shame.
Oh, that's probably what he was living for. I saw a couple of videos of a guy who was real old. He was sitting at a actual grave of his father's. He said he was going to watch the Cubs with his father when they won. So he's literally on his phone watching the game. Tombstone's right there drinking a beer.
Nice.
And the beer's on the tombstone for the dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Moving to...
That'd been awkward if they did not win.
And wrapping up again with some NBA news. Derrick Rose seeking court cost. Documents say accuser plans to appeal verdict.
That's just petty.
Yeah.
Seeking court cost.
Yeah, he's got plenty of money. He doesn't need all that. 3 NBA teams stopped staying at Trump brand hotels in NYC and Chicago.
Will there be another bankruptcy?
Could be coming. Last but not least, we've got one more coming up. No, I guess not. Oh, there we go. Phil Jackson plans to stay with the Knicks, not opting out. So he's going to do his darndest to keep rebuilding the Knicks team.
Well, I mean, he's making plenty of money. He pretty much has full reign, though.
Yeah, so might as well.
Why go somewhere else? He's going to have to prove himself over again and have to listen to management and owners where they pretty much just go, here's our wallet, have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time he wanted to rebuild that front office, and it just I don't know, we'll see. So with that being said, that is the Boldcastify Sports Update. And now it's time for the news of the weird.
Oh, let's call Comcast.
And with this article, we have the... What is that, Rob?
Well, this dude apparently gets drunk by spraying Axe body spray in his mouth.
Wow, that's awkward.
I wonder if he had to turn it upside down. Because that's what I've heard that you have to do with the Kansas.
You've been watching that Steve-O documentaries because he got high off the canned air.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about watching one of those stupid shows on A&E.
I wonder if it was the chocolate body spray.
Ooh,
That would be appropriate.
He wanted his boyfriend to get a sweet taste, I guess.
So, Rock Hill police have charged a man with a DUI after he said he was swerving all over the road before he sprayed Axe body spray into his mouth.
or during.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
That's a little strange.
Just after midnight on a Monday morning, after officers spotted Patrick Butler driving a silver Nissan Frontier erratically on Hickle Boulevard. Butler swerved to avoid a curb, crossed the center line several times, hit a dog,
oh crap,
and ran into a few other things. The officer pulled the Nissan over and walked to the vehicle, and he watched Butler spray Axe body spray into his mouth.
His excuse was, I just got to spray this stuff from me.
I gotta get high. Gotta get high.
Gotta get from me from head to toe.
When the officer asked him why he's doing that, he said, I'm spraying myself head to toe. Gotta get high. According to the report, Butler's eyes were bloodshot and glossy. He told the officer that he was driving back from Columbia, where he had 2 beers, a shot of Jack Daniels while watching football.
So maybe he's trying to hide the alcohol breath.
I'm assuming. I mean, then again, if I had to watch football with old Muschamp as my head coach, I'd be drinking too, heavily.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's more than a shot.
Yeah, a shot. I mean, old Florida fans down here know what it's like to have old Coach Boone.
Yeah.
That didn't work out well.
No.
So with that being said,
That dude's a chode.
Absolutely.
we'll skip on to one more piece of news of the weird.
This is my favorite, actually.
Oh, we got a Neudecker favorite.
Browns fans organizing a parade should the Cleveland Browns go 0-16. I mean, I guess it's better than winning.
It's something.
It shows support. They know they suck, and they're at least going to say, "Well, at least you didn't try."
Yeah, I mean, they're owning it. They're owning their suckage.
Yeah.
They're owning their factory of sadness.
Something that the Jaguars should learn to do.
And we have
Instead of blaming the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know the London fans are better than the home fans, right?
Yes.
Of course. So Cleveland sports fans are hoping for a second parade and just might get their wish. After the Cleveland Indians fell 2 runs short of a World Series victory parade earlier this month, there may be another sports franchise in the city looking for a dubious little history. Browns, perfectly awful season so far, prompted one fan to begin organizing a parade should the once proud franchise go 0-16 for the year.
When were they proud?
We've been over this. They were proud in the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s.
Okay.
When Paul Brown was around.
Okay, that's before most people were alive at this point.
Yes, I agree.
So
And they were actually pretty good into the 70s and 80s.
Once again, I mean, how many people are around from then?
I'm just saying they were pretty good.
Well, I mean,
But
we were
any
grasshopper.
Any
the
bit
80s.
any bit of I don't know respectability that the franchise had ended in '95 when they hightailed to Baltimore.
So my question is, at the
They
end of
didn't
this-
like being the Browns so much that they changed the Ravens. That's how bad they didn't like being the Browns.
Yeah. So my question is, at the end of this parade, if it does happen, did they euthanize the mascot?
Ooh, damn, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's a dead dog.
I say what they
Doggone.
They can have Sarah McLachlan do that song from the commercial.
Oh God, the one that makes you want to blow your brains out.
God, yeah, that's depressing just to think about. As of Monday afternoon, some 3,200 people have said they will plan to attend the parade outside of First Energy Stadium, or known as the Factory of Sadness.
That's a horrible name for a stadium. First Energy.
And that's why it's referred to as the Factory of Sadness.
Yeah.
1 p.m. on January 7th, should the Browns remain winless. And another 6,100 said they were interested in attending. That's not too bad.
No.
That's a little over $4,000, right? Or just under.
Yeah, it's somewhere right about there. But that would be interesting to see. He said there was an application fee for the parade permit. He said this is not some joke and a troll on Twitter. There would be a parade. And the Cleveland Browns say they would want a parade too, just not one for a losing effort.
Well, you're kind of too late for that.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Y'all go 0-16, there will be a parade.
They should make mock Super Bowl shirts that are 0-16, and the other team logos should be a pile of crap.
They have them right there with in the historical archives or whatever with the Buccaneers of '76.
Yeah.
And the Lions of 08 as the winless teams.
Yep.
I mean, so there is that. The Jaguars are not that bad in the whole scheme of things.
No.
Look at you looking at the bright side.
I know.
And
That was the positives.
the guy put it together. He said, if the Browns win a game, I'm only out $25. Just the
The
hopes.
application fee's only $25.
Well, damn.
They must have felt bad. Give them a discount.
They
Never
probably
heard
did.
of that. For a parade, is only $25. Probably a couple hundred easy.
Well, it's Cleveland. There's not much going on. They probably gave him a...
Besides the Cleveland Indians, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Browns. Yeah, there's not much going on.
the first two...
That's corn there. I don't even know what
The first two, I'll give you that.
What happened?
Browns, no one's really.
No.
The Browns already left. This is an imposter.
True.
This is an artificial facsimile. This is like a carbon copy. A very bad carbon copy.
It's like one of those old school.
Not to pull a Mark, but it's like fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon.
That's pretty accurate, to be honest. Even worse, almost, because they're wearing the same attire.
Yeah.
Except now they've gotten worse, because they've gotten worse attire than what the original ones wore.
Yeah.
So they gave them their own bad attire.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, since we digress from the original topic, this has been the Boldcasters, episode 22. Thanks for joining us on this sporadic evening. And we'll be back again next time on the Boldcastify Media Network. Until next time, follow us on Boldcastify, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And any questions, just hit me up at clay@boldcastify.com. And all other things, boldcastify.com. Check out the website, Facebook, and all that good jazz. And follow us on SoundCloud and Spreaker. Have a great evening, everybody. Speak bold, live bold. Good night.